Welcome on MGSS YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss of Class-7 a beautiful exercise 5.1 and hope you have to enjoy this session. Actually in this question you can just notice that 5 square this exponentially has been given and you need to write down its base and index. Then you can just see that I have already discussed in the previous class that a to the power n, where a is the base and n is the power, and this is why power is also known as index, and this is why you can just write base is 5 and index is 2. In the second case you can just see that minus 3 squared, here base is minus 3 and index is 2. In the third case you can just notice that minus 2 is base and 6 is index. Such type of question you can just solve by this way. My dear student, now you can just see that in these two questions you have to give it in your book that what is the sign of. Only you have to just pay attention on the sign. And sign, you know that if it is positive then there no any discussion of the sign, because you know very well that positive when you multiply odd number times or even number times, result must be positive. While you have to discuss in the case of negative sign, if you multiply the negatives how many times? Even number of times, then the result is positive, because negative is multiplied by negative, by negative, 4 times, then result will be positive. 6 times, result will be positive. 8 times, result will be positive. So what will be the sign of minus 1 to the power of 8? Since 8 is even, so its result must be in positive. Minus 5 square, minus square, and square, you know that 2 power 2 is actually positive, and it is even number, so you have to multiply, result must be positive one. So what will be its result? Must be positive. If suppose that you have given a question minus 1 to the power 9, what will be its sign? Since 9 is odd number, so when you multiply, then result will be negative. If you multiply 5 minus 5 to the power 3, 3 is odd number, so result must be negative. So what you have conclude? If you multiply even number of times, result must be positive, and odd number of times, result must be negative. Look at next type of the questions have been given in your book, and what is find out the values. Values you need to find out, and you can just easily find out its value, because minus 2 to the power 5. It means minus 2 into minus 2 into minus 2 into minus 2, how many times? Minus 2 5 times, and it is divided by minus 2 to the power 2, it means minus 2 into minus 2. And you can just see that since it is division, so you need to cancel it. And what will be the value? Minus 2 into minus 2 into minus 2. And final result is minus 8. Similarly, in the case of 2 to the power 6, what you have now by the definition of exponents, a to the power m means a into a into a, m number of times. Similarly, my dear student, 2 to the power 6, you have to multiply 6 number of times. And when you multiply 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, 6 times you have to multiply. And when you multiply 6 times, then what result you get? 2 to the 4, 2 the 8, 2 the 16, 2 the 32, 2 the 64. So what would be the final result? Result is 64. In the case of 11 square, you can just notice that 11 square, it means 11 is multiplied 2 times. And when 11 is multiplied 2 times, result is 121. So by this way, you can just solve this type of question. My dear students, now the question has been given in your book that you have to prime factorize 1024. When you factorize, then what you get? Actually, factorization has been done beside this question, and you are able to factorize. You have done in previous class, and you are genius enough to do so. So I have just written beside the question. No need of explanation. Only you have to write how many times to get. Actually, to get 10 times. So you have to write down here. And after that, you know that in exponential form, you have to write 2 to the power 10. Similarly, any sort of problem related to this type, you are able to solve them. My dear students, today I am going to discuss some questions and continued. You can just see that 5 square into 3 cube. And in this 5 square means what? 5 into 5. 3 cube means 3 into 3 into 3. And on multiplying, you can get 675. That is the results. In the next question, 2 into 10 to the power cube. 2 into 10 into 10 into 10. And on multiplying, you get 2000. On multiplying, you get 2000, and you can easily do such type of multiplication. Third type of question has been given. Minus 3 into minus 2 to the power cube. What is the difference in these two questions? Actually, both the questions were given positive numbers, and now it has been given for the negative numbers. And I have just discussed that when you negative numbers is multiplied 4 times, result must be positive. And you can just see that minus 3 and minus 2 cube means 3 times you have to just write down. And after that, you can just see that minus is negative sign is 4 times. So result is positive. And if you multiply 2 to the 4, to the 8, 3 the 24. The final result is 24. And now in this case, you can just notice that minus 1 to the power 50, minus 1 to the power 51, 1 to the power 100, and minus 1 to the power 101. How can you solve? It is very easy. Minus 1 is multiplied by minus 1 how many times? 50 times. And when it is multiplied 50 times, result must be positive, because 50 is an even number. So its result is actually 1, and 1 means plus 1. And it is multiplied by minus 1 51 times. When minus 1 is multiplied 51 times, 51 is an odd number, so result must be negative, and result is minus 1. And when 1 is multiplied 100 times, result must be 1. And finally, because you know very well that positive is multiplied either odd number of times or even number of times, result must be positive 1. So there is no change in the sign. And last one has been given minus 1 to the power 101. And when it is multiplied 101 times minus 1, and that is, you know very well that 101 is odd number. So result must be negative 1. And you can just notice the final result, minus negative sign is multiplied 2 times, result must be positive. And 1 is multiplied 4 times, And you know that if 1 is multiplied 4 times, result must be 1. So final result is actually 1 or plus 1. Now my dear student, you can just see that you have to put the equal, greater or less sign. Such type of question has been given. Actually, which type of sign you think so? Equal, greater or smaller? For this purposes, I have to do the calculation. LHS and RHS. What is given in LHS? Minus 5 square divided by minus 5 square. And what will be its answer? If A is divided by A, result is 1. So result is 1. And in the RHS side, what has been given? In RHS is given minus 5 square, which can be written as minus 5 into minus 5, and it can be written as 25. Which one is greater? 1 is greater or 25? You know very well that 1 is smaller as compared to 25. So in the first one, you have to put less sign. In second question, you can just see that 4 to the power 4 and divided by 4 to the power cube. And when 4 is, you have just solved this question, then you just check that 4 into 4 into 4 into 4, 4 times 4 into 4 into 4, 3 times if you just cancel, result is 4. So LHS side is result is 4. But in RHS side, minus 4 square means what? Minus 4 into minus 4. And it can be written as minus plus 4 ja 16. Which one is greater? 16 is greater than 4. So again less sign. You have to just put it down. In this case, you need to do calculation, and when you have to multiply these two, then you know that 35 and how many 0? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 0. Because if you multiply, then it contains 5, but there is a decimal after one place, so you have to just put decimal here. So its final answer is how much? You can just see that 3,50,000. And in RHS side, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually 4 zeros. You have to, when you multiply it, because its meaning is 5 into 10 into 10 into 10 into 10. 4 times you have to multiply. And this is why what will be its answer? You can just see that it is actually 50,000. Which one is greater and how much? You know that 3,50,000 is much greater as compared to 50,000, and this is why you have to put the greater sign. Hope you have to enjoy this session. So keep watching MGSS YouTube channel, and if you have any sort of problem, then you must write in the comment box. Thank you very much.